asking if you could hear more about kind of how my personal wedding planning has been going, and kind of at what stages I'm at and things like that. So I thought it would be nice to do a kind of wedding vlog series and just update you whenever I feel the need to kind of talk about something, or if there's something that I want to share about my personal experience of planning my wedding. So today's video is going to be about trying on wedding dresses, and for me this is the most exciting thing about planning a wedding. It was really the moment when it all felt kind of real, putting on a wedding dress for the first time. And if you've already got married and been through that experience, I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me, it's the first time that you kind of actually feel like you're gonna get married, which sounds really weird because obviously you know that you're gonna get married, but it really just kind of brings it all home. So I'm just gonna do a quick vlog. It probably won't be as quick as I want it to be because I tend to ramble a lot, just talking to you about which shops I've been to, little reviews of a few different shops. Obviously they're all London based, but a lot of them are kind of international designers and brands and things like that. So just to give you an idea of kind of where I'm at with all of that and what I'm thinking. So I've actually been on two separate wedding dress kind of shopping trips. I went for the first time about 3 weeks ago, and then I went again this week. So the first time I went, I chose to go to Pronovias. If you don't know what Pronovias is, it's quite a large wedding dress brand. I believe it's Spanish, and they have a flagship store on Bond Street in London, and they sell the brand in lots of other kind of independent wedding shops as well. So yeah, I went in there, and to be honest, the experience itself was really nice. The shop is very beautiful. I had seen a lot of the dresses online that I thought I liked, so I chose that store purely because it has a huge variety of dresses. They have probably hundreds of different styles, and they also go from like a fairly low budget to a very, very high budget. So I didn't really know how much I wanted to spend on my dress. So I just thought it would be a good place to start because you can kind of see what everything is like, what things cost, and kind of gauge it all up. So that was how I kind of based my decision to go there first. And I'd also seen a really, really beautiful dress as part of their Elie Saab collection. If you guys don't know Elie Saab, it's a big fashion designer. He does a kind of diffusion line for Pronovias. Absolutely beautiful dresses. So I went in there, and I went with my mum, my sister, and my best friend Lissy. And a lot of people say don't take too many people with you. For me, it was okay. Like 3 is probably the most I would take with me. So we went into the shop, and the shop itself is very beautiful, and the service we experienced was really nice. We were sat down and shown through all of the designs on a computer, which is quite unusual. I didn't experience that anywhere else. And we kind of got to pick out which ones we wanted to try on based on the pictures on the computer, which at the time seemed really cool. It's quite high tech, and it's quite fun, but in hindsight, from going to other shops, it's actually so much better to be able to see the dresses in person, and choose which ones you want to try on based on that, because a lot of the time the quality of the fabrics or the style of the fabrics doesn't translate that well in photos. A lot of the Pronovias photos have obviously been fairly highly photoshopped to look really, really impressive, because the one thing I found out after trying the dresses on is that a lot of them weren't as good quality as I thought they should have been. Obviously the lower price dresses, that's fine, and you don't expect them to be of the best quality because you are paying less. But to the point where I was trying on a dress that was like £8,000, which is a mind-blowing amount to spend on a dress, and it was not great. Like, just the quality was not what you would expect at all. And it was almost no different to the dresses that were £1,000, and you're like, this is 8 times the price. Where are you kind of getting that quality from? So that's the kind of impression that I got from Pronovias. I think a lot of the dresses are really good, the lower priced ones, but to be honest, for the amount that you were paying for some of the designer kind of diffusion brands like the Elie Saab dresses, the quality for me just wasn't there. Like, there's absolutely no way I would kind of splash out and buy a dress like that if the quality wasn't absolutely incredible. So yeah, we had a really nice experience. We had a lovely girl helping us called Hannah. She was really helpful, not overly pushy, just really attentive and nice. So it was a nice experience in general. The one thing I didn't really like in there is that the kind of dressing room section was really big and open, so you didn't really have like a divider between you and the next girl trying on her dresses. So there was like 4 of us in there, and you're all standing in this big room, and it just kind of takes away from that like special feeling, if you know what I mean. Like, it's absolutely fine for there to be more than one person trying on the dresses at the same time, but it was very open and not very personal. So yeah, that's the experience I got from Pronovias. Another tip I would say is that the first dress I tried on was awful. Like, I didn't even like the style because we'd chosen it on the computer. It was one of the ones that came out and was totally different. And I was just like, okay, yeah, we'll try that one on first. And that's my one regret. I wish that the first dress I tried on, I'd actually liked the style. Even if I'm not like in love with it and gonna buy it, I wish I had actually kind of liked the style. So I came out in the first dress. My mum cried, my best friend cried, and then my sister was like, you look amazing, but it looks like a toilet roll holder. You know, those dolly things. It was just this huge fluffy dress. So yeah, not the best thing to do is to try on a dress you don't like first, but definitely try on like a variety, because I also discovered when I went in, I said to the girl helping us, I really don't like satin, it's just not for me really, so I don't really want to try on any satin dresses, and she actually brought out a beautiful satin dress that I did really like. I'm not going to have it, but you know, you just have to be fairly open-minded with what you want to try on and the different styles that you want to try on as well. So that was Pronovias, and then this week we actually had a whole day of wedding dress shopping, and we went to Phillippa Lepley, who is a bespoke wedding dress designer based in Chelsea in London. Then we went to Vera Wang, which is obviously like the classic designer wedding dress place to go and where most of the celebrities get their wedding dresses from. And then we went to Bridal, which is actually linked to the Vera Wang store. It's Vera Wang at Brown's, but they're actually separate shops. So Phillippa Lepley, the experience there was absolutely incredible. The service was like out of this world. It's a one appointment shop, so there's only ever one person trying on dresses at the same time. You have your own little kind of area downstairs. It's all beautifully carpeted. You get tea and biscuits or champagne, whatever you want, and it's just absolutely lovely experience. The girls there are all fashion students, so they know what they're talking about in terms of the actual cut of the dress and the style and the fabrics, instead of just kind of what it looks like and how to put it on. Like in a lot of shops, they're very much kind of hands-on, and if you want something changing, that's kind of how Phillippa Lepley works. You can buy the dresses off the rack and have them altered to you, but you can also get them made like bespoke for you. So absolutely incredible experience trying them on. Personally, I fell in love with one of them, and my mum really fell in love with one there. But personally, like they're just a little bit too old-fashioned for what I was looking for, because I'm going to still be fairly young when I get married. I'm going to be 25. I want something a bit more kind of young and kind of, I want to say fresh, but that just sounds really bad, doesn't it? I wanted something quite young. So yeah, if you are looking for a really special dress that fits you perfectly and very classic style, then Phillippa Lepley is incredible. The prices are very expensive because it definitely reflects the service that you get there and how everything is made for you. It's a very different experience than the one that we had at the Brown stores, because they are very much like designer shops. So instead of getting kind of a bespoke service, you get that designer dress and you don't get it made for you, get it like slightly altered once you buy it. So yeah, Phillippa Lepley was a beautiful shop, amazing experience, and yeah, I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested in that kind of thing. Then on to Vera Wang. To be honest, the experience there was a little bit disappointing after coming from Phillippa Lepley, because the shop was just a little bit like grubby, considering it's Vera Wang and the dresses there are very expensive. I thought it was going to be super, you know, amazing experience to go and try on dresses there. And it really wasn't that amazing. Like the changing room areas were a little bit dirty, and yeah, I mean, it was nice. The girl helping was really friendly, and yeah, it was a good experience. In terms of the actual dresses as well, I was quite surprised. Some of them were nowhere near as good quality as I was expecting. Like when I think of Vera Wang, I just think of, you know, it's like the classic kind of wedding dress designer, really. Like she's so famous for dressing celebrities. Yeah, you're really kind of expecting something really grand and special, and I didn't really feel that special at Vera Wang. I don't know, it was a nice experience, but the dresses really, like the quality surprised me on some of them as well. Some of them were absolutely exquisite, beautiful quality materials, and the fit was lovely, but others I just really didn't see the same thing with Pronovias, how they were worth that much money. I get the impression that as soon as you put wedding on something, it like quadruples the price, because I don't think they could get away with selling like such lower quality fabrics with that price tag if they weren't white. See, if they were like red or black dresses made for the red carpet, I think it would be a little bit different. Some of them were beautiful, just other ones I was a little bit disappointed in. And a lot of the time the prices were kind of crazy as well. There were 2 dresses that I liked in different styles, and one of them was like 4 times the price, and I just didn't see how that translated because they were fairly similar. But yeah, that was my experience of Vera Wang. And then finally, Brown's Bridal was a totally different experience because they sell a whole collection of different designers, mainly exclusively as well. So they sell Monique Lhuillier, they're the only place in the UK that sells her clothes. They sell Marchesa, they sell Reem Acra, they sell Alberta Ferretti, who else? They sell all the kind of designer, beautiful, beautiful dresses, and it was an amazing experience to be able to try on all these different styles of dresses. And we had a lovely assistant, I think she was called Ariana. I can't remember, but she was really, really sweet, and I tried on quite a lot of dresses. I liked a lot of them as well. It is true what they say about you liking different styles to what you think you would, because I actually fell in love with a dress by Reem Acra, which is very beautiful, and I'm not going to tell you anything more about it because it's got to be a surprise because it's my wedding dress. So I think I found a dress, which is really, really exciting. The only thing is it was over my budget. I kind of didn't really know when I kind of went into the whole wedding dress shopping thing. Like I said with Pronovias, I didn't know how much I wanted to spend on my dress. I had kind of just thought I'll go and see what's what and see kind of what you get for your money and things like that. And I did learn a bit along the way that you have to be careful where you shop, because a lot of the time I think you just get ripped off because it's a wedding dress. But it was a really, really lovely experience. And the dress that I had, it was so weird because people say like you'll try on your dress and you'll know that it's the one, and that's the exact feeling that I got when I put the dress on that I want to get. I just literally felt like that was my wedding dress, and really disappointingly it was over what I wanted to spend. It was kind of out of my budget, but because it's an American designer, it's from Reem Acra, I'm actually going to go to the store in New York when I go in November with my mum and try on some of their dresses, and hopefully buy one in America because the exchange rate is much better, so it should be a lot cheaper. So I will keep you updated with that. I mean, the other option, if we can't do that, is to potentially get something similar made locally to where I live, because that would also be a lot cheaper, and that's actually what my sister did. So now I know the kind of shape and style that I like. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my experience of wedding dress shopping. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Yeah, sorry if it's been a bit rambly, but if you are at the first kind of stages of trying on your wedding dress, I hope it's given you a bit of insight on, like, I don't know, how my experience and how I felt. And yeah, I would definitely say, like, stay open-minded in terms of style, material and everything. Try on just a huge selection, as many as you can, and wait for that feeling, because I honestly, it must have been like my 30th dress that I tried on before I actually got that feeling of like, this is my wedding dress. And I didn't think I was going to get it. I didn't, because I tried on so many beautiful dresses and just been like, oh, it's so nice, like I want to wear it kind of thing, but I hadn't actually thought like, wow, this is my dress. So yeah, I'll see you guys